everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. It's an engaging and enlightening talk show on life, relationships, and the business of life. Grab a cup of juice and just chill. Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. Live life. Live fully.
Now, worthiness can be a difficult concept to grasp. It is closely aligned with this or the self-esteem principle. But how do you prove it even exists? How do you? My name is Omobola Stephen. I'm happy to be here. Once again, this is Live Well Lived by Omobola Stephen, and so you can catch up these episodes on iRadio, on iTunes, or listen notes on Podchaser, Podcast Addicts, on Google Podcasts, or SoundCloud, YouTube, or Josephine. Simply search for Live Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. Grab a cup of juice, of fresh juice, and there you go. Have a worthwhile listening experience. Now, I want to talk about self-worth. Very important, you say. Now, it really doesn't matter what you've done, what has been done to you, whether you feel shame or guilt. Your worth is fundamental. To do any, fundamental. And it cannot be diminished whether you like it or not. Whether anybody like it or not, your worth cannot be diminished. But it's really up to you. Now the thing is, I suffered with self-worth while I was growing up. But now I've overcome it. And you can, if you will. Now let's go on. The thing is, like an example, if I held up a $5 bill and asked you, how much is this worth? You would answer $5, isn't it? Then if I took the $5 bill and crumbled it up in my fist and asked again, how much is it worth now? You would answer $5. So the thing is, if I took the $5 bill and crumbled it up, stomped on it, threw it in a mud powder and asked you again, now how much is it worth? You would still answer $5. Now you see. I believe that unworthiness is a spiritual sickness that most of us struggle with, including I, because our worth comes from God. Our worth comes from God. You need to have that at the back of your mind. We are all born with a physical body, a mind, emotions, and spirit. Now, unworthiness is at its core is heaviness of a down spirit, I tell you. But you can overcome it. It's difficult to express love when you're unworthy. If parents have a low self-worth, they may not be able to show love to their children. Absolutely, so you need to watch out. In those unfortunate situations, the children show that's the blame, and now that's so awful. I must not be worthy of love. I'm defective. I'm not good enough. This lack of worthiness can be passed from one generation to the other. Now you can see. Children in this environment learn that to feel worthy of love, they need to act in a certain way. Like to be a nice little girl, a nice little boy. Or love is tied to accomplishments such as getting excellent grades at school. Little wonder we are confused when we are programmed to believe that our worth is based on how we act or what we do. But really, it shouldn't be that. I tell you.
All right. Yes.
Spinning like a broken record. For a player, you don't know that many major chords. We hang out and then you get bored, and you leave me here like I'm your landlord. You come back and say I'm sorry, boo, and I know you never mean it, gets you in though. Did you call me 'cause you had to? 'Cause you know I'd throw your suitcase out the window. I don't need you here to feel good. No, I'm not angry, I got better it's fine. Don't need no therapist. There's nothing like wine.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. It's an engaging and enlightening talk show on life, relationships, and the business of life. Grab a cup of juice and just chill. Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. Live life. Live fully.
I met an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out a notepad and wrote something for me. He kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen.
Now, I want you to understand that self-worth comes from who you are, not what you do. So you need to be conscious of that. You can look for your worth through achievements by wearing marks and building physical self-esteem for mixing our extra sources and announce looking worthy, but inside of you still feel hollow and unworthy. Now the thing is, your internal critic says to you you're not good enough. As a result, you feel lost and unloved. As I said before, your word comes from God. You need to have this in your consciousness. This is a divine gift and does not require validation to prove from you or from anybody. It will always be part of you. It is where your creativity, enthusiasm, your peace, love, trust, happiness, joy, and wisdom reside. It's a spiritual call and it's invincible. Just know that you are you enough. Right about now. I mean right about now. Can you say that with conviction? Can you? I know you really believe it. I am enough. Say it again. I am enough. I am worthy. Say it again. I am worthy. This is a cry from your spirit. Now the thing is, people who know they are not valued the way they are treated and how they treat others. What about your values? Do you allow people to take you for granted or to demean you? Do you treat others with little or no respect? Only when you feel worthy about yourself and you have love for yourself can you love others unconditionally. Did you hear me? Only when you feel worthy and have love for yourself can you love others unconditionally. Now you see the balance. Then your love will be unlimited and will flow freely towards you and to the people about your life. Spiritual matters are personal. I know that, and I want you to know that also. Individually, we must discover our own definition and meaning. If you feel unworthy as a person, you can always seek God. You can always seek God. He only helps you. He can and he will. A spiritual void is an empty feeling. So it's like being unplugged from the source, and you don't want to continue to live this kind of life. So you need to go back to God and ask that He refresh you and make you to become a whole person. It's inside of you. You just need to reignite it. However, the source is always there. I mean God. Did you hear me? God is always there waiting for you. It's up to you to reconnect back to God. Reconnect back to Him. He's willing to accept you back. I want you to know once again that you are worthy. Say that with conviction. I am worthy. I am whole. I'm more than enough. Now that's a positive affirmation to tell you. Thank you for hanging around. It's been a really, really wonderful time with you. So, you know what? I promise you another exciting episode next time. Catch you some other time. It's bye for now.
Ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up, you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind.